Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Neil. Welcome, everyone, to Unity Center of Peace. Today is March 19th, 2023. My name is Mary Shapiro, and we're really happy that you're here. Um, Today's topic is I believe. And in the chat, I've put I believe in blank. You get two of those. And then the other thing in the chat is I feel it in my blank. So some people say, I feel it in my bones, I feel it in my heart, I feel it in my soul. So whatever works for you. If you want to put that in the chat, you can. If you want to just be thinking about it, that's cool too. So we will begin. So this song is called We Are Gathered. Please mute yourself so we don't have background noise. Thank you. We are gathered here today to do a sacred thing, to sing, 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 to sing, 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 to sing, sing, sing. It says in the Bible somewhere that those who sing pray times two. And whenever the angels show up, that's just what they do. So we are gathered here today to do a sacred thing, to sing, 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 to sing, 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 to sing, sing, sing. It says in the Bible somewhere to stop what you're doing and pray. Listen with your ears, listen with your heart, listen every day. 'Cause we are gathered here today to do a sacred thing, to listen, to listen, to listen. It says in the Bible more than anything else, be not afraid and trust. Like a gardener planting seeds, like a potter with her clay, let it be and learn to trust. 'Cause we are gathered here today to do a sacred thing, to trust, to trust, to trust. 'Cause we are gathered here today to do some sacred things, to sing, 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 to listen, to trust and love. We are gathered here today in unity of peace, to sing, to listen, to love and trust. On to you, Mr. Neal. maybe not. Neil was having some technical difficulties this morning. I'm not sure if he's there. Usually we would have someone read the statements at this time.
Well, I can do that for us, Mary, if you'd like.
I would love that, Leon. Thank you, sir.
All right. Pressed into service here. We'll read our unity statements right now, beginning with our vision statement. Unity Center of Peace is a thriving spiritual community, offering love, peace, and support to all. And we do this in our mission statement. We spread the unity message by opening our doors and our hearts to the healing and expansion of personal and global consciousness. Our prosperity statement says, we believe that true prosperity is a sense of fulfillment in every area of our lives, our minds, our bodies, our emotions, and our circumstances. We are richly, bountifully, and beautifully prospered in every good way. So it is, and so we let it be. And our statement of peace wraps it all up. We stand for peace. We stand for love. We stand for forgiveness. We honor the many names for God, the many paths to God, the many ways to worship God, for there is only one power and presence of God, and God loves each one of us equally. We urge all nations, their leaders, and their people to turn to God by whatever name and to pursue peace, for peace honors the God of all faiths. We stand for peace in our lifetime.
Amen. Thank you. And I hope someone has the daily word that could be shared, please. Looks like Patty.
Yes,
Thank you,
you.
Patty.
All right. Today's word is comfort for March the 19th, 2023. I find comfort in expressions of love. As a matter of fact, I love this piece. So I find comfort in expressions of love. Speaking the words, I love you, provides comfort for an aching heart and peace in times of uncertainty. Today, I open my heart to these loving expressions as a soothing balm for distress or grief. When I am concerned about another, love centers me in the truth that all is in divine order, no matter how circumstances appear. I enfold the people I care about in a sphere of love, encircling them in peace and protection. When I am troubled, I find comfort in others' loving words. I surround myself with those who offer solace in my time of need. I find encouragement in their kindness and compassion. As we share of ourselves in kind and loving ways, we hearten spirits and bolster faith, giving comfort to those and ourselves. And from the Bible, Thessalonians, comfort your hearts and strengthen them in every good work and word. Thank you, the daily word.
Thank you so much, Patty. I love it when the daily word resonates with my message for the day, because I actually don't get to see the daily word until I hear it. And so what I heard, even though the word itself was comfort, I heard the word love. Because we love and because we are loved, we get comfort from each other and give comfort to each other. So I see that Zach and Jody were able to put in the chat that they said, I believe in magic and I believe in the many paths to God. And Jody said, I believe in goodness and I believe in hope. So be thinking about the things you believe in during this talk, and hopefully we'll come back and help strengthen your beliefs. So here we go. I'm going to start with a song, then I'll go into the talk. Then we'll have the meditation, and little bit of reflection with each other, sharing the wisdom in the room, and then some closing blessings and songs. So here's the song. I believe in music. I believe in love. I believe in music. I believe in love. Well, I could just sit around making music all day long. As long as I'm making music, I know I can't do nobody wrong. And who knows, maybe someday I'll come up with a song that makes people want to stop their fussing and fighting just long enough to sing along. 'Cause you know that I believe in music. Oh, I believe in love. I believe in music. Oh, I believe in love. And music is love, and love is music, if you know what I mean. And people who believe in music are the happiest people I've ever seen. So clap your hands and stomp your feet and shake your tambourine and lift your voices to the sky. God loves to hear you sing. 'Cause I believe in music. Don't you know that I believe in love? I believe in music. I believe in love. And music is a universal language, and love is the key to brotherhood and peace and understanding and living in harmony. So take each other by the hand and sing along with me and find out what it really means to feel young and rich and free. Don't you know that I believe in music, and I believe in love. I believe in music. I believe in love. And I believe in music. I believe in love. So the two things that I came up with that I believe in are music and love. So I think you got that. You probably knew that about me, that I believe in music and I believe in love. And I believe in unity, community, and I believe in peace. And so I had to come up with a, personal mission statement, right? And my personal mission statement of why are you here? How much time do you have? And what is your job? Sometimes my job is different from my work, right? So I am here to build community and create peace. To build community and create peace through education, service, and music. So education, I'm a teacher. Service means giving and helping other people give and get what they need. And music is what you've seen and heard me do. So I'm using those gifts and talents to build community and create peace. I also have a mission statement lately and about my business called Sounds of Hope. And it goes like this. Love and joy come to you, reduce stress, receive deep rest. With sounds of hope we will learn and play your song. We bring peace through music to you, sounds of hope. So love and joy are the things that I bring. The music can reduce stress and help you receive deep rest, and that has to do with health. So we're going to talk a little bit about how music not only helps with love and peace, but helps with health. With sounds of hope we will learn, so that's education, and play your song. So your song has to do with service and helping you find out what your song is, or what your mission is, or what your passion is, and help you share that. Because Wayne Dwyer said, no one should die with the song still inside you, right? So I believe that we are all here to share our song, to share our passion, to share our mission, to practice and to play on this planet. We bring peace through music to you, sounds of hope. So that's also what I do. I come to you. So I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen you guys. I'm in this class to become a certified music practitioner. And last weekend, what we learned was all about integrative medicine. I'm sorry if that's backwards. The book is called Integrative Medicine, The Return of the Soul to Healthcare. Oh, Frank gave me a thumbs up. And the reason we're reading this book is because as a certified music practitioner, my job is to go in and help create healing spaces. And in order to create healing spaces in hospitals or hospice situations, we need to be able to speak to the people in charge and say, this is important. And here's how live music can actually help heal this person. So Frank probably knows a lot about this as a healer, and maybe some of the others of you, the rest of you know this too. So I'll keep it kind of brief though. So we talk about body, mind, and spirit. You've all heard that before. And that's usually the order that I think of it in, is body, and then my mind, and then my spirit. I don't know, maybe I've just heard that since I was a kid. But there are some places in the world, most of the world actually, sometimes thinks of the spirit first, and then the mind, and then the body. So we can think briefly about Asian medicine, Oriental medicine. And the woman who wrote this, Bonnie McLean, is an Oriental medicine doctor. So she's certified in Oriental medicine. She was raised by a doctor and a nurse, and she was a nurse for 30 years, a registered nurse here in the United States, practicing regular medicine. She ran into some problems with her own health, and the system here could not heal her. So she looked elsewhere, and she found healing and was able to heal herself through acupuncture and became an acupuncturist, and also through psychology and looking at the reasons for her stress, which affected her body, and got a master's degree in psychology as well. She introduced me to this thing called integrative medicine. I'm almost 60 years old and I had never heard about this. But they have this at Harvard. They have this at Duke. They have this at the Cleveland Clinic. They've been doing this for decades here in the United States. And what it is it's a choice. Just like they have for the past 200 years in China, you walk into a hospital and you can choose what kind of medicine you want. So they didn't have as much surgery 200 years ago, but now you can walk into a hospital in China and you can choose to have surgery, or you can choose to have herbs or acupuncture or massage therapy or a spiritual type of therapy that is kind of like massage, but it's no touch involved, just using our minds. So what this has to do with music is back to our bodies. We hear the word resonance all the time. Oh, I resonate with that, right? That means that it touches me. I get it. It touches me, right? So the other thing I was learning this past weekend was the physics of sound. So sound is a wave, and this is science, and it comes through the air, and it touches our ears and goes into our ears to our innermost part of our ears, which is actually behind your cheekbone. And that's where it goes, and then it can go to different places in your brain. But it also, that wave can also touch your bones, and your bones resonate. through those waves. So our skull, which is our thickest bone, is actually protecting our ears and protecting our brain, but it can feel those waves of sound. Also our skin, we can hear through our skin. Skin is very sensitive to different pressures, and the waves have very minute pressures that touch your skin, and skin being the largest organ in your body, it is sensing all of those waves. So when we say we resonate with something, that we get it, it's really physically true as well. The other thing that I learned that, again, Frank probably knows all this, and some of you also know, is about something called the vagus nerve. Raise your hand if you've heard of that thing before. Right? So the vagus nerve is something that's up, that goes the whole length of your body and touches most of your major organs on the way. Well, it's right up there by your ears as well. And so those sound waves that come into your ears are going to resonate and touch that vagus nerve, and it's going to touch the different organs and go down to your gut, right? So we talk about feeling something, I feel it in my gut. That's some of those sound waves coming in of different resonances. Or I feel it in my heart. That's true, it's not just an expression. You are feeling these sound waves of the things outside of you. So that's a little bit about the body. The mind, we know how stress can affect our physical body. I think we all know a lot about that, and I probably don't need to go into too much about that. Heart attacks being one of the number one things for women in this country, and also for men as far as cause of death. Heart attacks, a lot of stress going on, which affects the rest of our body as well. And our spirits. So as I alluded to, a lot of different medicines throughout the world come at it through the spirit first, and how powerful that is in so many ways to work with our brain, which then is connected to our body. So we might be wanting to say, as believers, or at least in this gathering, instead of saying body, mind, spirit, to maybe say spirit, mind, body. So what does this have to do with music as far as a certified music practitioner? So there are stories, and it has been research-based, that someone with high anxiety, the music practitioner will come into the room, and the nurses and the doctors called her into the room because this person had such high anxiety, they needed to sedate them. And they didn't want to sedate the person, but they said, we're going to get as much help as we can. And the person started to play music at 50 to 70 beats per minute, which is the same as your heart, a resting regular heartbeat. The person's on a heart monitor, so they could actually see that, which is also going to affect your blood pressure. High anxiety, so the person's heart rate was very, very high. The certified music practitioner started playing music in 50 to 70 beats per minute, very quietly, very calmly, very repetitively. And there's something called entrainment. So that person's heartbeat started to go at that rhythm. Within 5 minutes, they were calm. They didn't need to be sedated with more medicine, which would have a long-term effect with all the rest of their things that they were in the hospital for. So the ability to hear and entrain or to match this resonance, this vibration, this music, was actually able to help heal that person. So where is God in all of this? We're gathered here today at Unity of Peace to talk about spirit and mind and body, and not just music. So the 5 principles, I had to look them up. Some of you might have them memorized. Number one is there's only one presence and one power active as the universe and in my life. God, the good. God is so good. God is so good. God is so good to me. The second principle, our essence is of God. Therefore, we are inherently good. The God essence was fully expressed in Jesus the Christ. God is love to me. Love is God. Music is love and love is music, if you know what I mean. I believe in music. I believe in love. And love is God. Number three, we are co-creators with God, creating reality through thoughts held in mind. I know you have created a lot of things in your life. Sometimes it's a child, who's now an adult. Sometimes it's a wonderful business. Sometimes it's a poem or a book. Or John, sometimes it's a song. We are co-creators with God. Number four, through prayer and meditation, we align our heart-mind with God. We use denials and affirmations as tools. So spiritual beliefs worldwide, not just here at Unity, use sound and music, drumming, bells, chants, to assist with prayers, meditation, and healing. And we're about to go into a meditation here. Number five, through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth we know. Through this process at age 59, I decided to be this certified music practitioner, and I have been confirmed in that by God and by man and by woman in so many different ways, to live the truth I know. It's been very beautiful, and I have many stories that I would love to share with you at some time. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go into meditation. What I'd like to invite you to do, if you wish, is to put, if you have the name of someone or something or some place that you would like us all to be focused and meditating on, you may put that in the chat. We will come out of the meditation with the song Hallelujah. And then after that, we will have some special, one more song. We'll open the mics, we'll open the mics and hear your words of wisdom. Then we'll have one more song for collection time, and then a final blessing. So please prepare yourself physically to be in a space of meditation. God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. God is good to me. Our essence is of God. We are children of God. God is so good to me. We are co-creators, creators with God. God is so good to me. Through prayer and meditation, we align with God. God is so good to me. Through thoughts and words and actions, we live the truth we know. God is so good to me. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Welcome back. Thank you for your presence here, both for gathering here and for bringing your gifts, your presence. Please feel free to unmute and share any thoughts or words. The chat is also open. John.
I'll start. Go ahead.
Hello. Oh, thank you. Just a moment. Mary, thank you for sharing your purity, your sweetness, your music with us. It's a joy to hear you. I can't always participate in these services because of other commitments, but I deeply appreciate what you're doing this morning. And I appreciate all of you being present. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you, John.
Mary, can I say something?
Yes, please. That's Jane.
Sorry about that. Yes, your message today was right on. And in every regard, I resonated with it.
Thank you.
And I just want to mention that I have been treated for the last about almost 15 years now by an integrative medicine doctor. When I started with her, it was functional medicine. And then it has changed to integrative because it's the right thing. So what you're doing with music, as a music practitioner is wonderful. So kudos to you. That is wonderful.
Thank you for sharing. I would love to hear more stories. Miss Patty has her hand up.
Yes, I just wanted to say that it was amazing and wonderful. And I read a piece some time ago that with music and people who have had strokes, and if the practitioner works with a stroke patient by singing their favorite songs with them, they learn to talk quicker because they remember the old songs that they love, and their brain can have more messages. There's more messages in your brain with song than there is with just words. So that came up for me, and I thought, how wonderful, and this wonderful message. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Leon.
Well, yeah, thank you very much, Mary, for the talk. It was spot on today. And one of the things that I believe is that God does not design failures, and integrative medicine seems to tap into that a little bit. And that's just for me. Frank has nothing to do with it. He doesn't even know about it, really. So anyway, thank you very much, Mary.
Leon.
So it's all about frequencies and vibration. So the way I look at it, the big picture wise, is our minds here between the spirit and the body, and it's changing frequencies. If we're on a low frequency, we're not eating well, we're not, we have negative emotions, our frequencies are slow like that. If you think of truth as a flat line, if you want to raise your frequency, you got to clear the brain, and you get frequencies go quicker, up and down, faster, and you spend more time on the truth, which is the baseline. So, there's so many ways that you can do it. That's why it's integrated. You pull things from everywhere.
Right. I love that. Thank you, Frank. And I would challenge you, if you feel free, I would love to hear from all of you what your two things are that you believe in, and or I feel it in my heart, soul, bones. When you say I feel it in, what part of your body?
Well, when you said that, of course, went to that song, I Believe in Magic, and I heard it in an earworm, and it's been there since the beginning of the...
Oh, no! There you go. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, I already shared mine, but I want to jump off of something that Patty reminded me of. For years and years, my mother did a ministry, and I have a question for you, Mary, where she went and found all these really old sound music books from, the teens and the 20s and early 30s. And she would go into the Virginian, which is a retirement place, but then they have their nursing home area there too. And she said basically what they did, and she did it, every week, I know, for decades. They rolled people in there that were in wheelchairs that had absolutely no affect. And then based on who they rolled in there, they chose songs to sing out of these old song, popular songbook, and then maybe some, Jingle Bells or something at Christmas time, maybe a couple old church songs, but just the kind that they would have heard when they were teenagers. Yep. And she said these people would sing along. These people would smile and so forth. But what always discouraged her was as soon as they stopped playing the music, they just went back to how they were, probably because they had no other interaction or whatever. And it made me think, you know, what little thing it took to bring life back into them. But in your research or practice or whatever, do you find that music, does it have to be live music to you know, for people to feel it, or can it be, you know, recorded music? Is it a difference in the way it affects your body?
Yes.
Okay.
So recorded music works, but anytime we can get actually close and physically close to each other, physically closer to those waves, right? The more it's going to happen. And yes, I can hear you through my computer, but it's going to be different. It'll be able to touch my skin better.
Right.
Right. So that's the difference between live as well. Is it's just like, it's right there versus going through all of these machines.
Been so long, we're starting to forget.
Yeah, it's been so long since we had live music. We're forgetting what it felt like. Right? It's always on the screen
what
now.
it feels like, right? So if you think also as far as like a negative thing that you can feel in your bones, negative for some people love it, is if you are at a rock and roll concert, or if somebody's driving down the road and their bass in their radio is super duper high, you can feel that, right? So the frequencies of the low tones are going to be different from the frequencies of the high tones. And so when we are playing for someone live, when we're playing for babies, we're going to have a different beats per minute because their heart rate is different. And we're going to stay away from the low tones. When we're playing for someone who's dying, especially someone who's actively dying, we're going to stick with those more lower tones. And we're not going to have a regular heartbeat because we want them to be able to let go and to die. We don't want to play a song that they know that is their favorite song, because they're probably going to stay here and want to be a part of that song and entrain to that song.
Okay.
So yes, to answer your question about being live versus recorded. And the other difference between live and recorded music is I can adapt to you. Your heart rate starts going up. I can change the music to help you, right? Versus if you've just got a CD in there, somebody's got to be watching that and then know what the next song should be and find that as well. So it's that personalized, right here, right now, being able to adapt to your health and the changes that you're going through.
Thank you.
And I have to apologize to Frank. Not only did you already think of that song, but then I put it in the chat as to what I believe. I believe in magic. So
it stuck it in his head even more, right? He can't get it out now. All day long, he'll be singing that.
Right. Oh. Well,
you know, I wanted to mention.
Oh, go ahead, John.
Excuse me. I wanted to mention the idea that music and sound in person also has a lot of subtleties that the computer or online sources cannot imitate or acknowledge. The idea of sympathetic vibration, where I make a sound on an instrument, the flutes or guitars, and those sounds are going to make the whole surrounding area vibrate in some way. And whether we hear it or not physically, metaphysically, there's a benefit to being in the presence of someone who is holding and touching and playing a real musical instrument live. And we're doing that with each other, even with speech. Some people have a very flat, possibly monotone voice. Other people will have a more expressive voice with highs and lows. And those ideas are going to manifest more strongly in person than online. I don't teach online very often. I won't do that unless it's very necessary. But the presence of someone has an enormous healing. Thank you.
Do you know much about the frequencies that things are tuned at? Supposedly 440, which is supposedly what your music these days are tuned to, is dissident. Is a dissident frequency. That it should be 432. It used to be 432, and then a Rockefeller Foundation arranged it, and it's not healthy. So a lot of recorded music is not the greatest for you because it's in that tuned to that frequency, and it's almost all of it is now. I've heard a lot of new age musicians are using 432 again, which is healing. So
Yep.
I'm not a musician type person, but I've read about it and just pass that on.
432 is what a lot of the recording studios in Europe. One of my co-learners in the workshop said that when she recorded in Europe, they used 432 instead of 440. So yes, that's
we're being
there's
manipulated.
science. It can be measured, those numbers and how they affect us and our ears. We're learning more and more about all the time. So yeah.
You know, I fully support what Frank said, and Mary, what you're doing. But here's another idea as well, that the 432 is more merciful on the old instruments that are still being played, the instruments that don't want to be vibrated at 440. And also this is, the 440 is a standard that the American Federation of Musicians adopted in around 1918, possibly. And it's a standard where everybody can be in attunement with each other. But this might change day to day. If I sing my favorite tone today, it may not be the same frequency tomorrow because it's a very subjective thing that I'm experiencing. But all these ideas can work together. There's no exclusion. Everybody's included, in their experiences.
True. And Jody, I wanted to refer back to your idea of playing music for people that they knew when they were younger. And so, yes, there's been research done on that. And it doesn't have to just do with your age, but that age range, if we don't know what people's favorite music is, we will go for that age range between their teens and like late 20s, because for most people, that's when they're hearing a lot of music that they get to choose, right? Before that, you're listening to what your mom and dad are listening to, or whatever is being played at work, or whatever you're made to listen to. But as you get a little bit older, you're still wanting to hear music with other people. So you're getting entrained. And so you're experiencing those things. So it's about personalized music.
Yeah. Okay.
Not just about looking up the era that you were that age, but it's about what you heard. And there's a lovely video called Alive Inside that I can send you guys if you're interested in more of that, of actually seeing and watching a man who didn't recognize his daughter and who was very much head down, not responding at all, becoming alive. And yeah, and there's another story, personal story, that I was helping someone create a personal playlist, and she had things, like John Denver, and she had some oldies before that, some Elvis and stuff. And then she had like some rap song, and I'm like, what? And she said, oh, that's my grandson's favorite song. So I love listening to that because it makes me think of my grandson.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I thank you for explaining all that, everybody. And I know certainly when I hear the music that was from my teenage years, early college years, I just feel happier, when I hear those songs, sometimes Zach will be getting different music and I have to stop everything and listen to that. That was when I was a senior in high school.
That's easier for you kids. Back when you were a kid, people actually tried to make happy music.
Yeah.
There you go. So thank you so much, everyone, for sharing. I want to be respectful of our time. I'm going to skip my my special music song and go straight to a blessing. But please give of your tithes and of your heart and of your service to this community in the way that works best for you. And we'll sing a final blessing, and it's going to be the Sacred in All song, and I have it and the Let There Be Peace on Earth. I'm going to share that on the slides. If you want to mute and sing along, feel free. Thank you so much. Let me see if I can share. Share screen. And that. And that. And I will find it. There we go. All right. So bless you all. Have a lovely week. Love go before you, leave peace behind you. Send the angels to guide you on your left and your right. Great Father above you, gentle Mother below you, will teach you and show you the sacred in all. 'Cause if you see with God's eyes, hear with his ears, when you touch with God's hand, she will calm all your fears. Open your mind, help your heart understand the sacred in all. So love go before you, leave peace behind you. Send the angels to guide you on your left and your right. Great Father above you, gentle Mother below you, will teach you and show you the sacred in all. Will teach you and show you the sacred in all. Where's the next slide? Wait for it. Sorry, you guys. How do I get to the next slide? There it is. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Where's it? Where's it? Next slide. Go slide. Ah, let there. Oh, okay. Let there be peace on earth. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To live each moment and take each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And all together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much. Please feel free to open up the mics and share your stories and jokes.